Rabbi Tanny, and thanks for tuning into another episode of The Living Show, living in Shelby Township. Now here at the Snack and Shop, I am here with Jessica Thomas. Jessica, how you doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good. Jessica is in charge of today for the most part. I've seen you doing a lot of running around, doing this, doing that, basically every job there is to have in here right now. Tell us about the day.
So it's our snack and shop. We host it around the holidays so that people can come and get some gifts checked off their list. We've got about 60 to 65 vendors here, range from 31 products. We've got some snack vendors. We've got a lot of good stuff. So
I was going to say, do you have anything kind of significantly different here this year than you did last year?
Well, actually, this is my first year doing this.
Oh, is it?
event.
Okay.
Yes,
Good to know.
but we do have some more vendors than we had last year.
I was going to
so
say, it
that's kind
does
of
seem busier with vendors this year than it did last
Yep.
year. And I see that you just took care of one of the raffle drawings, so that was fun. And then you have another one in about an hour, right?
Yeah, so we do raffles every hour. You do have to be present to win, but doing it every hour kind of allows more people to win without feeling like they have to stay until 4 o'clock.
Right, right. How long does this whole day go?
It goes from 1 to 4.
Okay. Yep. And I was going to say, and this is an every year thing, are you going to be taking care of it next year too?
Yes. Yep.
Cool. What's your favorite part about the day?
Just seeing what everybody has. We have some really cool handmade vendors that kind of put their own little product together, so it's really cool to see what people can make. And
well, cool. Well, we've really enjoyed being here. We always enjoy coming here, and you've done a great job with today.
Thanks.
Honestly, everything is so smooth and so nice, so we really appreciate you talking with us.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you. I'm here with Rachel from Blue Jane Creations. Rachel, I'd love for you to tell me a little bit about your table.
This is how I spent the whole COVID experience, just learning how to make cards from scratch, mixed media, anything artsy I could get my hands on.
So I understand then you start literally from scratch.
Literally from scratch. There might be a few leftover pre-made bases, but I've learned how to cut the cards down from the stock paper, scoring and all that whole thing, and then I just decorate with whatever I have on hand.
How long does that normally take you?
I've got the process down now. Like to make a batch, say, of about 25 cards, it probably can take me 5 to 6 hours now. Once you get your rhythm down, it goes really quick.
Well, looking at these, they're so creative and different. I really like them. So what got you started into this?
Going to the store, trying to find a card, and either it was super pretty but super expensive, or super pretty and it just didn't say what I wanted it to say.
There's been so many times I've went into a store looking for a card and I've had that same exact problem, and that is such a good idea to be able to just make your own exactly how you want them, and I bet a lot of people relate to your cards versus a lot of cards in the store.
Yeah, I mean, and you hear even other crafters will say the same thing. Because I can get the stuff so much cheaper, with what I use to put on the cards, it keeps the cost down. Because it's my philosophy, pretty doesn't have to be expensive.
Hey, you buy a whole thing of that, you can make a whole bunch of those cards, boom, you're done. Yeah, and it's probably like a really fun job to have too.
Yeah, it was a lot of hours.
Are you really crafty?
Oh yeah.
I am too, so I can relate. These are so beautiful, and I'm so happy we stopped by and saw your cards. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Yep.
Hi, and this is Danielle Burnock, is that right? Yes. Danielle, I see that you're selling your book here. Yes. I want you to tell me what the book is about.
Oh, I have 4 books, but I have 2 here today. And my first one is Emerging with Wings. It's a true story of a person getting free from childhood trauma. It's got a hero, a villain, and the person getting free from that. And it's written like a love story, so people really love to read that. It takes you on the journey. They go on the journey with me. And my other paperback I have was called Because You Matter, How to Take Ownership of Your Life So You Can Really Live. And it's overcoming, reclaiming your life back from things that happen in our lives, because people go through stuff. Everyone goes through trauma. We've been through something this last 2 years. That's trauma that people have been through, and my book can help them reclaim their life from that. And between all the chapters, because we love stories, there are stories of 10 other people who I'd interviewed, and I have all their different stories of all different kinds of trauma that they have been through.
That's such a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for sharing yourself, sharing your ideas, and sharing such a positive message. We are so happy we talked to you. Hi, Debbie. How are you?
Good. Nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you, too. Tell us a little bit about your operation you have going here.
Sure. So we're I Heart Dogs Rescue, and we are a 100% no-kill shelter in Warren, Michigan. And we have probably about 60 to 70 dogs at our facility at any given time. Right now, probably a little more because we're super full. Then we have cats, and all of our kittens are in fosters, but we do have a cat room where we have cats as well. We're here today selling everything here is handmade, all donated, so 100% of the proceeds go directly back to the dogs.
So how long have you been doing this?
So I've been with I Heart Dogs for probably about 5 years. It's just a great organization, really is a family. I've been with other rescues, but this particular rescue, everyone's so tight and so willing to volunteer. I mean, we need people to take dogs to their vet appointments for vaccinations or spay and neuters. So there's such a need for volunteers.
If someone wants to volunteer, could they contact you to do that?
Yes, they can email volunteering@iheartdogs.org, and our foster coordinator, volunteer coordinator will respond to the email, and we are always looking for volunteers.
Oh, that's so good. You're doing good work. I'll tell you, it's very, very good.
Supporting, I can't say that enough.
I can only imagine, honestly. I can only imagine.
My full-time job.
Oh, I know, right? That'd be the best job ever.
Yes, it would.
Oh, well, it was so nice talking to you, Debbie, and thank you so much for sharing a little bit about your business.
So much. Thank you.
Hi, Anthony. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good. So I see you're shopping, taking a little look around. Tell us a little bit about what you've seen today.
Sure, yeah. So we're here at the Arts and Crafts Fest, Shelby Township, and I've just been going around seeing a lot of nice, well put together ornaments, wreaths, and there's some other vendors here too doing jewelry and stuff like that. So I got some cake myself from Happy Sweets, and so I'm also here with Hope Chiropractic too myself. So a lot of fun stuff here today.
Yeah, definitely. So I was going to say, are you planning on buying any more than the cake?
Yeah, there's some really nice glass blown ornaments in the back, so my girlfriend wants me to get some, so I have to do that for her for sure.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us, Anthony.
It was a packed house at the Shelby Township Senior Center as seniors have some Thanksgiving fun at the cornucopia luncheon. Seniors were treated to turkey, mashed potatoes and gravy, stuffing, as well as other Thanksgiving fare. The main speaker at the cornucopia luncheon was ex-Secret Service agent Radford W. Jones, who talked about his career.
I'm going to be talking about my career in the Secret Service and various situations I came across protecting 6 presidents and planning and being involved in 5 presidential campaigns and 4 inaugurations. Well, I started out with President Kennedy, and then I ended up with President Reagan. I was on the Kennedy detail in the summer of 1963, and then also in the fall just prior to the assassination. In fact, I was assigned to the detail in November, but did not make the trip to Dallas because my wife was expecting a baby. I'll be talking about some of the experiences I had while protecting the presidents, some of the interactions with the president. I talk about a situation that came up during one of the inaugurations with President Carter, when at the last minute he decided to walk the entire route during the inaugural parade. I enjoy coming back to the center. This is my third time back, and I try to vary my presentation so I don't talk about the same situations.
Living in Shelby Township, I'm Andrew Shelsky.
Humans have been gathering around fires, sharing stories for centuries. It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire.
Oh my gosh, bear!
Wait just a minute. Is that the Smokey Bear?
He scared us.
How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? Precisely, the garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally the true test, feeling if the ashes are cool. It looks like they are. Bravo.
Wait, do you mind if we could just...
Ah yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe. But not so much by Smokey Bear.
Just 1 second, Smokey, wait.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Mission BBQ in Sterling Heights was the venue for a fundraiser honoring Shelby Township firefighters.
So Mission BBQ came into our lives at the fire department about 6 weeks ago, and they brought our on-duty crews food so that we could try their food, and it was very generous of them. And we wanted to repay that kindness. So we're here tonight for their firefighter charity night, raising money for firefighter cancer.
Tonight we're raising money for a Walk for the Red, which was started by Joe Warren 5 years ago. A firefighter that started raising money for firefighters with cancer. And he starts out, he walked from Macomb Fire Station all the way out to Grand Rapids. And he's been doing that, this will be his 5th year. And he's getting ready to start out in Texas too. So we are helping raise money for that cause tonight.
Shelby Township firefighter Eric Carpenter was commemorated with his jacket and helmet being hung on display.
So Eric Carpenter hired on the Shelby Township Fire Department, I believe 2001, and he was a great firefighter and a great friend to many of us. Unfortunately, Eric was unable to finish his watch with the fire department, and we wanted to honor his family tonight with the coat that they hung here at Mission BBQ, and also a helmet with the green color shamrock on it, which we honor with our Engine 5, Station 5 shamrock as well.
So Eric was Irish, and his badge number is 5. So the shamrocks to represent the Irish, and then the 5 was his number, and then they used it to symbolize him, and then at Station 5 they used the symbol, and also they made a sticker decal for cars, and then they put it on the cars. My boys were 18 months, 2 weeks, and 3 years old, so every time they saw the shamrock and the 5 on a car, they knew it was someone who knew their dad.
Former Fire Chief Gene Shepard was also one of the fallen firefighters that was honored at this fundraiser.
My brother-in-law Gene, and just for, he died of cancer. So one of the great things about these fundraisers is helping these guys out that have had cancer, or helping the families out where they have died from cancer, and just helping them through it. Just doing these fundraisers that Mission is doing, I mean, it helps out the heroes, and we just appreciate companies like Mission that's able to do that for us.
Mission BBQ supports local firefighters, law enforcement, and military. And for you barbecue aficionados, it'll be opening soon.
I'd like to thank Mission BBQ on behalf of the Shelby Township Fire Department for everything that they've done for us, and I'm glad that we've had this partnership together.
No, just come on out on Friday night. We're open to the public. All proceeds will go to our military charities that night, and we're open from 6 to 9. And then we open up for grand opening to the public on Tuesday at noon with the singing of the live national anthem on November 8th.
Hear ye, hear ye. This week, the Shelby Township Public Library hosted a teen mystery night. This teen mystery night revolved around a medieval murder mystery.
Faithfully, I am devastated to hear that there are traitors and snakes in this court.
I have been queen for numbers of years, and I've always done what is the best interest of the people of this kingdom.
Am I sad about the king? Well, no. He was a brute and a thief, and he never wanted to see any of us happy.
Attendees were broken into smaller groups and put their detective skills to the test as they gathered information from various actors about the events leading up to the crime to solve the mystery.
He decided to cut down many of the beloved trees. We advanced our battleships, which she was in the castle during the class. Yeah, where were you? Yeah, she was there.
Attendees were also able to view additional evidence that may be pertinent to the case. They parsed out their sleuthing skills to decide who they thought committed the crime. At the end of the event, each group came back to the main hall to reconvene and accuse who they suspected committed the crime and share their reasoning.
Here's what's happened. It was Sir Malcolm.
Finally, the killer was revealed and the mystery was solved. Be sure to stay tuned for news about future mystery nights and other fun events at the Shelby Township Library. From Shelby Township, this is Taylor Sikorsky.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
This week, the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center got a little spooky. For one weekend, transformed into the Haunted Nature Center. Attendees arrived eagerly at sunset to show off their Halloween costumes, to collect candy, and to enjoy an evening of Halloween festivities. Nature Center Coordinator Lizzie Schultz shares more about the event.
Hey everyone, Lizzie Schultz here, coordinator of the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center here in Shelby Township. Today we have our Haunted Nature Center event happening. It's one of my favorite events. It's a unique, festive, family fun evening that celebrates Halloween. People get to come and check out our totally decorated nature center. It's completely transformed.
First, attendees traversed their way through the haunted house, and then they made their way to the outdoor attractions, including making s'mores by the bonfire and a spooky hike in the woods led by one of the Nature Center aides.
Stood up on two legs, looked at them in the eyes, screamed, and ran off. And then they proceeded to run away and never talk about it again.
There was even an educational component to the evening, where guests were able to visit with the animals that reside at the Nature Center.
And I also just really love when families get to meet our animals that they thought were maybe a little scary, snakes, opossums, but once people meet them, learn about them, I just love how they're a little less scared of these animals that benefit us in the wild.
The Nature Center hosts many events throughout the year that are fun, educational, and nature-oriented.
Coming up, we have our Christmas on the Frontier event where we take a step back in time and celebrate the holiday the way the early settlers in this region would have in the 1800s.
You do not want to miss Christmas on the Frontier. Stay tuned for more information about upcoming events at the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center by following them on Facebook or visiting shelbytownship.org. From Shelby Township, this is Taylor Sikorsky.